I think I found my personal brand of like cozy horror because it's all in the atmosphere. It's all in the atmosphere for me. I love those like decrepit mansions, even if it's a shed to just a regular house to a full on mansion. If it's crumbling, I'm in love. If the wallpaper is just peeling off of the walls, if there's mold and fungus growing in the corners, I am happy. And What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, that's the pen name. Her real name is Ursula Vernon, but under the pen name T. Kingfisher, What Moves the Dead captures that atmosphere perfectly. And I will fully admit, I judged the book by the cover. I saw the cover and I had to know what was wrong with that rabbit. Hair. They're specifically called hares here because we're in like northern England. But yeah, cover artist wise, it's by Christina Morozic, and this, like I said, I love it so much. It's just pretty. It's just decrepit. And we, just as a fun little plot summary, we are with an Alex Easton, who is a retired soldier in the late 1800s, fought in a couple of wars, but they're retired now. And they're going to check up on a friend of theirs, a Madeline Usher, and her brother Roderick Usher. Fun little Poe references there. Because Easton got a letter from Madeline that wasn't quite sane. It was a little off. Someone was a little odd with their friend, and it was mainly spelling out that, like, they're sick, or Madeline is sick. Madeline isn't feeling so well and she needs help. And yeah, Madeline does not look okay. She does not look healthy at all. She's basically a walking skeleton. And her brother Roderick is also just exhausted. We also meet a Dr. Denton, who's like Roderick's American friend, kind of called in to help as well with the whole medical side of things. We also meet a Mrs. Potter, who lives nearby, and she's just a mycologist. She studies and she mainly paints mushrooms. She's studying fungus and mushrooms. She knows everything about that whole fungus world. I love her vibe. We also meet Angus, who is Easton's hired man, hired hand, not servant exactly. They're best friends. They're good buds, but he's also not like a valet in Downton Abbey because they're not. I think he's just like a hired hand, kind of assistant, but they're also really solid friends. There's also cute little tidbits of Angus having a crush on Miss Potter. It's just cute. It's just cute. So that's our characters, and our plot is basically what's wrong with Madeline, what's going on with Madeline, because you know how I said the letter was not quite 100% sane? Well, she seems fine now. She seems okay. Still sick, very sick, but like, okay. Something's still off. And the side questions are more along the lines of like, what's going on with this house? What's going on with the weird lake in the backyard? And what's going on with the wildlife? Like, even the wildlife is weird, hence the rabbit. Hair. It's the atmosphere that will just sustain you through this entire trip, this entire little spooky ride, like mushrooms flourishing on a fallen log, in like a good way, in a beautifully decrepit way. And just in regards to the spooks, just in regards to like the scary, horror vibes, there were several moments where I'm just like, just those little moments of, that's just, just little reactions like that. It's great. Horror doesn't always get me, but those were good moments of just, I don't like it. And focusing on Easton a little bit, they are a great main character. They're just a fun person to be around because they're honestly just a good person at heart, really trying their best. Which sure is basically like any main character, but the narrative ties in their backstory as a retired soldier really well because there's really, good sweet moments of Easton and even Dr. Denton kind of like connecting over something that they both share. They've both fought in like several wars and they have what they call a soldier's heart. They have PTSD. They both get it when there's all of a sudden those like moments of panic. They understand each other in that. Because it also provides really good moments in the narrative where like Easton is like reacting and like seeing something, horrific and really weird happening in front of them, but they're also trying to deal with that element of the soldier's heart, of the PTSD, of like keeping that element in mind and seeing weird things going on and just trying to rationalize what they're seeing. Like, Easton is aware that, like, they're a little jumpy at the moment, and a certain sort of weird, horrific thing probably didn't quite happen the way that they thought they saw it. Meanwhile, we're sitting there going, no, hold on. That hair actually did kind of, like, stand up and walk on its own after you shot it in the face. But there's something off here. And the way the author just describes weird movements happening of certain creatures, it's so creepy. The writing style is great. The writing style in general is great. I will say some of the scares are kind of like surface level. You're not getting jump scares here. There is one technically jump scare, but it's very satisfying too. So yeah, technically surface level scares while you're trying to piece together what's going on, and it's not a difficult narrative to kind of figure out. But just still, the writing style really drives home that like things are just wrong and damp. Now, I do have one gripe, technically, and it is kind of the ending. I'm not going to say specifically what. I don't want to get into spoilers in this video. But I will say that the story builds really well. The tension and the suspense is building great, and it kind of stays there. It kind of stays there and it like plateaus. It doesn't spike up into a really good climax, but it also doesn't like drip off a cliff, you know? It's still good, like it's fine. But I do wish Easton was more involved. That's what I'll say. There's a good, I guess, the climactic moment of Easton confronting the end, a creature. I want to stay as vague as I can. You know, confronting the problem and is like horrified by it, fights it off, gets away. Other shenanigans happen, but the other shenanigans that are happening, there's a fire involved, but Easton is not there. They're watching that happen off in like the distance. So it feels like there's an initial climax, but then the like main climax kind of happens off screen. Contextually in the story of like the characters involved in the off-screen climax, it makes a little sense. But I wish Easton was there. But also, that's actually kind of fixed in the sequel. Easton is definitely there for the ending of that sequel. Oh, that was good too. But yeah, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher is such a good, cozy horror for me. It was a good little novella too, so like it didn't take like that long to read. If you want a good like spooky night and it's kind of raining, pick that one up. And next week, I just want to talk about the sequel too, because I picked up that one like immediately, What Feasts at Night. But I'll talk about that one next week. And anyway, feel free to like and subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. And actually, side note, I also just started Mexican Gothic. Similar vibes in the beginning so far, but I'm also only like 40 pages in. Similar vibes, but I can tell it's unique enough. It's going to go on a different trajectory, and I'm excited to see where that's going to.